Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm sorry for being late today. Your man is tired. He overslept. Your boy Pascal overslept, and I apologize for that. It's been a crazy week. Been working on a project for a client, and that has been taking up a lot of my time and taking a lot of my sleep. Let's just say that as well. So I apologize for the late start today, but yeah, I slept right through all of my alarms. Everything you could think of, I did that. Slept right through all that ish. But I wanted to come on with you guys and talk about this because this is something that happened yesterday. But because I was so busy, I didn't get a chance to really talk about it. So I was like, okay, we need to talk about this because this is an added piece that was like almost it was like a twofer. You know what I mean? It was one after another. First, it was PA, which we just talked about yesterday when I did my live, right? And then this thing. It was one after the other. I'm telling you, no joke. All right. So we got kind of a bunch of things that we got to go through. We don't have a whole lot of time to talk, to go through, to linger. So we got to get straight into this stuff. But before we get going, do me a favor, hit that like button, send those likes all the way up. Okay. Send those likes all the way up. I see you guys starting to file in. Good morning to all of you, and good afternoon to some of you guys on the East Coast and in Europe as well. Good evening as well to those of y'all who are watching in Australia, and other parts of the world as well. Okay. And of course, please crush that subscribe button. All right. I cover stories like this and many, many other ones. We do have a press conference that attorney Benjamin Crump had on behalf of the Jason Walker family and covering the Jason Walker murder that happened in North Carolina, Fayette, North Carolina. So I will be at some point later on today, hopefully I will be covering that as well. Like I said, there's so many different things that are going on all over this country and all over the globe, but I'm trying as much as I can to cover those things, but also still I got to work too. So trying to find that balance has been tough, but hey, we gonna make it happen. Anyway, hit that subscribe button for those of y'all who are first time viewers of this show. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Don't forget to hit that like button. Send those likes past 100 likes. That would really mean a lot to me because I see a bunch of souls starting to file in. And let's get into this bad boy. Now, here's the thing, guys. We just talked about Prince Andrew. I said his name. F it. I already know this thing's going to get this thing's not going to make one penny, and that's fine. But here's the thing. We already know about Prince Andrew, PA, as I like to call him. But now there are claims that maybe Bill Clinton. Now, I mean, we've already seen stuff. Like, we've already been seeing this floating around, right? That he's been on J.E.'s plane, if you know who I'm talking about. Okay. The mastermind, the ringleader, I like to call him. He's the ringleader. Okay. Obviously, he's been hanging out and chilling with people like GM. And of course, unfortunately, I have to use all these initials, right? Unfortunately, because you know how it is here, unfortunately, on this platform. All right. So bear with me. Okay. But here's the thing. We've all been suspecting of BC, Bill Clinton. We've been suspecting. Obviously, there's photos, which we are going to be looking at here very, very shortly. We will be looking at some of his some revealing photos showing that he's been friendly with this with the ringleader. and the ringleader's main girl. Sorry, get some stuff here that I thought I had and I did not. So I wanted to pull these things up. But like I said, but let's not forget, okay? There are other people that have been very friendly, let's just say that, with the likes of JE and GM, okay? Which of course one also was a former president, okay? Former 45. We already know he's been, real chummy with the ringleader and his main girl as well, okay? But now they're talking about not only just PA, but also Bill Clinton. And, of course, we all have our feelings about Bill Clinton, whether we thought he was a good president or not. That's up for you to decide. But here's the thing. It's kind of hard for you to sit there and say you don't know anything when, I don't know, when you got photos like this showing y'all hanging out. And I mean, this is just one photo of many where they've been chilling in the cut, hanging out. Like I said, in these articles that I'm going to be showing you guys, there's a multitude of videos out here showing proof positive that he's been chilling with JE and GM on their private planes, hanging out on their islands, so on and so forth. But here's the thing. You see the title down below. It's not just Bill Clinton. There's a bunch of other names that might get dropped here. I'm serious. Some truths might be dropped. Some truth bombs might be dropped, might be revealed here very soon. So like I said, there's a bunch of stories, a bunch of things that we got to talk about. There's two main articles that we got to look up. But one I want to start off with is the Bill Clinton one. And like I said, it is very interesting. I mean, like I said, JE brought in girls, eight girls into the White House for Bill Clinton. That ain't no lie. So let's take a look at this article. Like I said, the first thing being revealed was PA being stripped of all of his royal duties. Okay. Stripped of his titles, all that stuff. In fact, actually, let me throw this in really quick. Let me throw this in because this is important too. This is just kind of a piggyback of the story that I just broke yesterday. Let me show this to you guys right quick. Let me just if you grace me just 2 seconds, I just need to pull this up because this is not good for PA at all. I just need to find it real quick because I had it and then I threw it away because I was like, I want to stay on topic with BC. But this thing is, no, okay, hold on one second, guys. I mean, PA is getting like destroyed, okay? But by his whole family, etc. Nobody wants nothing to do with this dude right now, okay? Let's see. I mean, shoot, like here it is. Charles and William demanded Prince Andrew to be exiled. All right. As the shamed Duke of York is stripped of his titles at Crisis Summit with Queen in an attempt to ensure survival of the royal family at all costs as he looks down the barrel of this lawsuit that he's dealing with, that he's obviously going toe-to-toe with Virginia Giuffre right now as we speak. There is another part where the people of York don't want him to be Duke of York. Now the people of York are sitting here saying, please strip him of that title too, because we do not want him a part of us. We do not want him to be Duke of us, period. Like I said, it is strange. Actually, not strange, but I mean, it's just very telling how everyone's starting to jump ship. Everyone's starting to jump off that PA ship, because that ship is sinking, and it's sinking pretty damn fast, right? I had the article. I don't know where it is right now. It's gone. That really ticks me off. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, his family, the royal family's trying to jump ship. The people around him are not wanting to associate themselves with him anymore. There is one other title that I see here. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Let me pull this up. I mean, it's just nuts. And then I'll get into the meat and potatoes here very, very shortly. But I just wanted to kind of tie this one up, because I think this is very important. Just showing how quickly this ship is sinking. Here it is, guys. Right here. Bang. It says right here, we don't want him either. Says the city of York calls for Prince A to lose Duke of York title after Queen stripped him of his Royal Highness and military ranks. So a senior member of the City of York Council has begun a campaign to strip PA of his title. It comes after, as we already know, Mama done stripped him of all of his titles. He has basically been more than just grounded. He has been banished. He has been banished from the royal family, basically. All right, taking all of his military roles, and he has to give up his Royal Highness style or his title. Okay. And of course, 2 days ago, the New York judge threw out his motion to dismiss the case that he's dealing with against Virginia Giuffre, and it will go to trial. He will either have to settle outside of court, or he will have to go inside a court on U.S. soil and fight for his life. And he says he's gonna fight for it. He ain't gonna stop. So he ain't gonna let up. But this is literally what the people of York are saying. They're like, we don't want him. They're like, shoot, we don't want him, man. You can take him back. Take his ass back. We don't want him. We do not claim him. So now a campaign has been built, has been erected to try to get rid of his title, to get him to step down from his title, which is absolutely wild. Okay. Now, I just wanted to give you guys that piece. I know that was kind of a left turn, but hey, thank you guys so much for gracing me with that. I just wanted to show you guys this is how bad it is for PA right now. It's really bad. Now, there's some other articles out here that are saying, oh, no, PA is used as for the Americans to not look at Clinton, right? To not look at our former president, Bill Clinton. Well, we talking about him now, because here we go. Here is the story for all y'all. And it's shocking. Exclusive. J.E. brought 8 young women with him on his trips to see Bill Clinton at the White House. It's displayed photos of himself posing at the briefing room podium at his Palm Beach mansion. And we're going to look at this. So J.E. paid more than a dozen visits to Bill Clinton at the White House throughout the former president's first few years in office, even bringing along with him multiple women, including 4 known to be his girlfriends, according to the Daily Mail, which is the article that I'm reading right now. Unearthed visitor logs last month confirmed the late son of a gun, had visited the executive mansion at least 17 times during Bill Clinton's first term, beginning shortly after his inauguration in 1993. Additional records exclusively obtained by the Daily Mail now revealed that E was not always alone during his trips to the White House, where he was joined by 8 different women between 1993 and 1995. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of trips in just, what is that? 1993. That's a lot of time and a lot of trips in just 2 years. Real talk. Never before seen footage like you see right here, this photo right below, also shows the disgraced financier who on 3 occasions visited the president's house twice in one day, kept framed pictures of himself at the podium of the White House briefing room at his Palm Beach mansion. The nature of Epstein's accompanied visits is not disclosed in the visitor logs. However, they show one of them coincided with a dinner in the Blue Room attended by dozens of well-heeled guests. So he became real friendly. Bill Clinton and J.E. got real friendly, y'all. And they're showing proof right now that he was in that piece a lot, chilling in the cut, hanging out with Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton. J.E. all up in this. Oh, and by the way, I just want to add a little bit more to this, just really quick. You see who's in the corner over here? That's GM right there in all her glory. Just smiling at Bill. For me, it seems a little seductively too, but that's another conversation in itself, isn't it now? But there you guys have it. They're holding hands. They're shaking hands. There are logs of them going in and out of the White House, visiting multiple times. There's one time, one specific time where he was there, where he visited the White House more than just once in a day. And now they're saying that he would bring in women with him as well. And we're going to get into Bill Clinton and his stuff too. I did not have relations with that woman, remember? So we're going to talk about that here in a second. So, of course, there are women who have talked, as we've already seen. Now, I'm gonna play this. Why not? Let's see what we get here. Let's hear this.
Made sure that I knew exactly how close he was to Bill Clinton.
Wow.
But it's interesting because here he is bragging about what he gives Clinton to eat on his airplane.
Hmm.
You haven't gotten that story yet.
What story?
I take my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I don't believe that. You eat peanut butter and jelly? No, you take your chef with you.
I eat peanut butter and jelly.
No, you don't.
If you talk to the president, you can ask him.
Talk to the president?
Yeah, Clinton.
Right.
He was shocked. Why are we serving peanut butter and jelly?
Oh, on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So it was only after you did your additional reporting years later, I guess, that you discovered what deep relationships Jeffrey had to so many of these big players, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. This seems a little obviously like made for TV acting type thing, but apparently Epstein bragged about his relationship with Clinton. He was chilling in the cut, having a great time, saying, "Hey, I'm friends with the most powerful human being in the Western Hemisphere. I can't even say that for some odd reason. But in the Western Hemisphere, I have the most powerful dude sitting across from me and breaking bread with me. Bruh, I'm on top of the world. And from my understanding, former President Clinton's vice wasn't alcohol. No. Wasn't marijuana or drugs. No. Wasn't playing jazz saxophone, even though he's a beast on it. No. It was women. That was his vice. And we all know this. We all know this. This is his vice. We're going to talk about it. We are. We're going to get into it. For sure. But let's continue. Many of the women E took on his trips to Washington were known to have had romantic relationships with him. Then, of course, they include a slew of different women. And of course, with them was GM. Okay. And, you know, of course, it seems like it was his forever girlfriend or his on and off girlfriend. The streets would say his bottom B. You know what I'm saying? But she seemed to be the wrangler. All right. So 4 other women who also appear in the logs are Jennifer Garrison, Shelley Gaffney, Jennifer Driver, and I can't pronounce that name. Okay. But there were a bunch of other women. 4, okay, so 8 women altogether, okay, were in and out of this White House, and there is proof of these things. There's logs now that have come out. Real bloody talk. Now, I see over 450 souls watching the show right now. Please do me that small favor. Hit that like button. Send those likes past 200 likes. That would really mean a lot to me. Shoot, if you can get it past 250, that would really mean the world to me. And share this feed because, yeah, we breaking this down and we're getting into the nitty gritty of this right now. Okay, so let's continue. The article that I'm reading was unable to reach the 4 women to confirm the purpose of their visits. However, flight logs from E's private plane, private jet tally with White House visitor records showing they were with him at the time. So GM, who is now 60, she was obviously found guilty for recruiting and doing some other things with these underage girls between 1994 and 1997, and is currently awaiting sentencing behind bars, which we all heard about that. We broke it right here on the show as well, which was not surprising, but it may be, they may have to rule it as a mistrial because one of the jurors came out randomly saying that he was also abused, but they didn't know that before when they were picking their jury out. So everything, all that time might be thrown out the window. All that hard work, those verdicts and all those things might be thrown out the window, which is just crappy, right? Because we need to bring justice and we need to get these people off the streets and behind bars for sure. So we already know that her high profile trial in New York heard sensational claims that E was seeing other people, an heiress who was once dated Donald Trump in the mid 1990s. Around the same time, he was dating Maxwell and other women. Let's continue on here. Okay. Now, here's the thing. This is his room. Photos of him at the White House, at the podium. Just these are all in his Palm Beach home. Photos of other women. Crazy. From my understanding too, which is wild, apparently there's a like a photo or like a painting of him actually in shackles. I heard that like there's a rumor. I don't know if it's ever been confirmed or not, but he was like a painting of him, a portrait of him in shackles and in like a jail onesie type thing, right? Um, basically, like he basically knew that at some point he was going to get caught for doing this crazy stuff. Yes, Courtney Marie, there have been speculations about Chris Tucker, Jay-Z. I mean, there's names out here that are speculated that have allegedly have been rumored to be a part of it, but it hasn't been completely confirmed as of yet. I don't know. I don't know yet, even myself. I'm still kind of wanting to see what else we're going to get here, right? What other information we're going to get here in the very near future. Here's one of the massage tables that they would have. And there's some footage out here where you see the inside of his home. It's just a video tour of his home. And he got like a whole closet filled with like massage oils and lotions. And I'm like, bruh, what do you need all that lotion for? Damn. Obviously, he was up to no good. Obviously, he used his place as something else. We already know this. But to the naked eye, if you walked in, you're like, oh, wow, you got a whole closet filled with massage oils and lotions and nice smelling things that smell like rosebuds and lavender and vanilla. What the hell is all this? What you need all that lotion for? Damn. To the naked eye. Black Anonymous. He white though. They like, you don't need the get like when we get ashy, it is seen. Okay. The satellites from space can see us ashy. You know what I mean? But he could have, he could have hit that. He could have hidden that stuff. He might be a dry mother lover, but still, damn, that's a whole lot of stuff. There is a video here. I might show to you guys because there's some footage in there that might not be the best footage in the world that I can show on here. But so according to the visitor logs, Mildefart, that's how her name, I guess, is how her last name is pronounced, who is now 48, entered the White House with E twice on July 28th, 1994 at 2 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. Flight records from E's private plane one day earlier showed he and a woman named Selena had flown from Palm Beach to Teterboro, a private airport just outside New York. The following day, the day of the White House visit, Epstein and Selena flew from Teterboro to Reagan National Airport in Arlington, Virginia. The plane repositioned to nearby Washington Dulles Airport and picked up Epstein, Selena, and one female who was flown back to Teterboro. On that day, on the day of E's visit, the White House had hosted a dinner in the Blue Room attended by the president and First Lady Hillary Clinton, records showed. According to the president's daily schedule, Clinton gave a lecture and a toast, after which there was entertainment, most likely from a live band. A lawyer representing Mildefart denied that she ever dated E. However, 3 witnesses at GM's trial contradicted those claims. Now, there's the thing, though. I mean, she could have been brought in. Maybe they didn't really date, but they were dating. If you get what I'm saying, maybe she was giving him a lot of massages, for lack of a better term. See what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Does that work for you? That maybe he had controls over certain things, right? But they were not boyfriend, girlfriend. You know what I mean? They were not exclusive, but maybe she was with him in other ways, recreationally. There we go. So Kyrie Egan said, my client's best relation with E was my client's business relationship with E was in the period 1994 to 1997, when my client studied at London School of Economics and Stern School of Business, respectfully, and ended upon her return to Oslo upon completing her degree. Okay. So here it is. Right here, a little timeline so that you can see it for yourself. Jeffrey Epstein's visits to the Clinton White House. So, February 25th, 1993. It all starts right here. So, E and his alleged main girl, GM, appear on the log as attending a White House party. So he got in there. And that's the thing. I keep wondering, how do you get to be in the same room with one of the most powerful men in the world? Right? How do you get in the same room? How do you get in the same room as the most powerful man in the world? That's what I'd like to know. That's some crazy stuff. The most powerful man in the world and a dude who is a ringleader and his bottom B are in the same party. And they go back and forth a lot. Look, bang, December of 93, and again December 93. He went solo dolo those times in 93, 94. Look at this. March, April, May. He just keeps coming back. So so these two times here was, March and April. Then again the next day after 420, he comes back 421, and he appears on the White House log twice on this date. Once at 5 p.m. and one at 7 p.m. So, okay, the only thing you can do is speculate, right? And it makes you automatically speculate like, wait, did he come in? Clinton was like, hey, I need to release some tension, if you know what I mean. And he goes, hey, man, no worries, my brother. I got you, bro. And then he leaves and he comes back at 7 p.m. with somebody. How much is it? What's the procedure? All that kind of stuff. Maybe that's what it is. What lamb do I need to sacrifice to what God so I can get what I need? Because I really need a release. I really need a relaxing couple hours. It's been a stressful day, or it's been a stressful month, or of course it's a stressful every minute, every second of every day for the president, because you're the president, right? But he left and came back 2 hours later. For what, though? For what? 4 days later, he came back. Maybe to receive payment? Maybe to ask a favor? We don't know. Month later, he comes back. Well, actually, just a few weeks later, he comes back. Appears on the White House log twice on this date. Again, one at 12 p.m. and again at 4 p.m. So is it the same thing? He came in. He's like, hey, man. So, what you did for me, can you do a little thing for me again? That was really fantastic. Can you do that for me again, buddy? We just got to keep it on the hush. All right. He's like, no problem, buddy. He leaves. And then he comes back 4 hours later. For what, though? 2 months later, he comes back. Then again, a month later, about a month and a half, roughly a month and a half later, in July, okay, he comes back. Same thing again. He leaves, he comes back. Once at 2 p.m., he comes back 4.5 hours later at 6:30 p.m. to do what? To do what, guys? Tell me. Then, of course, he got a couple other visits up until January of 1995. So 14 separate days. And 3 separate occasions. He was stopped by, and he was stopped by twice in that day. For what, though? Trust me, we got more. We got more. So stay tuned, man. We got more for you, okay? Do me a favor. I see 600 souls in here. This is amazing. Please hit that like button. Send those likes past 300 likes. that would really, really mean a lot. Please share this feed, and please do me a favor. Crush that subscribe button, okay? Crush it. Do me that favor as well, all right? And also hit that notification bell so that you know when I go live or when I'm dropping some knowledge, okay? Anyway, here's another photo. Like I said, Bill Clinton, you got JE and GM in the house. I feel like that's like the artist name, like they're about to drop a mixtape. JE and JM. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, like Casey and JoJo. Anyway, here it is, the disgraced financier. With his main squeeze and the most powerful president, or the most powerful man on the planet, in the same room, locking eyes and having a conversation. Like I said, another angle. Another one. And of course, I mean, let's just go back up here so that you all, even the people in the nosebleed seats, see what's going on. There were other times where he showed up. Like, this is the photo right here. This is this photo. So they met right here, September. They finally met. He's like the power couple. Hey, this is my lady, so on and so, or this is my business partner, or this is my friend, whatever it is. GM, the president of these United States. That's when it all started. I mean, it started here, but 7 months later, that's when they actually got to meet. Seriously. Channel name, I've thought about using sound bites, but I feel I've thought about it. Maybe one day, one day. But anyway, but like I said, they met around September, near the end of September. It says it right here where it was logged in, and you see it right here. Bang. Bang, y'all. The truth. Okay? That business relation ended 25 years ago and could thus impossibly have any relevance whatsoever to the very serious charges that GM and JE against GM and JE, charges that my client had no knowledge about 25 years ago, a time where JE furthermore was regarded as a skilled and highly regarded businessman with good reputation and extremely good connections. Yeah, clearly he had some really great connections because, he came in and he's hanging out with the president. And of course, we already see other photos where he's chilling in the cut with like big names, Donald Trump and the sort, right? Epstein would visit the White House again months later on September 26, 1994, this time with Anderson and Jardine entering at 6:30, records show. Hey! So let's go back to that timeline really quick. It says right here, September 26, 1994. Let's go back up here. September 26, 1995. Where? Oh, wait, what? Okay. They have the numbers. Well, that's weird. That's strange. So it says here, maybe this is not the right time. But it says months later, September 26, 1994. This time he came with two women. Entering it at 6:30. And this is what the records show. So he went, hung out, came back in, and brought two women with him. What were the two women there for? Like I said, what were the two women there for? Why? What would you need two young women for? That's the thing I would want to ask former President Bill Clinton. I'd be like, what are you doing? What is the purpose of you having these two women in here? Now, here's the thing. Sure, maybe he's like, I just want a massage. I mean, if you want a massage, wouldn't you just go and order or have your people order a spa thing? You know what I'm saying? Like a in-house spa type of company or a well-known massage company. Why would you ask JE to bring over two women? See what I'm saying? It's totally sus. Clinton was out of town in the United Nations General Assembly, according to the president's schedule. Okay, flight logs from JE's plane show JE, Anderson, and Jardine had traveled from Palm Beach to Reagan Washington Airport that day and flew into Teterboro later on. During her testimony, GM's trial last month, Anderson, now 61, said she dated E between 1983 and around 1991. Now, here's the thing. What are the possibilities? Like, maybe it was for Hillary. I don't know. Like I said, maybe he was trying to hook up Hillary. I don't know. But this stuff ain't mathin' for me. It just isn't. In July 1994, 2 months before her White House visit, she married a hedge fund, a billionaire, Glenn Dubin, with whom she went on to have 3 children. Anderson remained close friends with JE through the years, even after his 2008 plea deal for having unspeakable things with younger women. The couple's youngest child is also E's goddaughter. So they're still like cool. They cool as hell. Like I said, cool as hell. Now, here's the thing. I got more for you. I got more. There's another article here that I wanted to show you guys that, like I said, it shows photos. Clumsy Clairvoyance, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I can't say that part, but you know, the such and such became a pawn for the bigger fish. You never know. It's just so, like I said, it's just so unbelievable to me that all this went down, right? And that it continued to go down. And these people were still allowed to get away with this stuff. And that there is physical evidence, that there are logs showing that GM and JE were in and out, or actually JE mostly was in and out of the White House. Canoodling, all right, hobgobbling with the president of these United States at the time, Mr. Bill Clinton. Now, we already know some stuff, but we're going to get into that here in a second. But there's another article I wanted to show you guys that I found pretty damn fascinating here as well. And it shows a lot more photos and shows proof positive, even more, that they were chilling in the cut. Real talk. Don't forget to hit that like button. Send those likes all the way up. And please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. We're going to continue here. So here it is. Look, right here. That's President Bill Clinton hanging out with GM, with the general manager. Real talk, on JE's own plane. Then this is him chilling as well, with a cigar in his mouth. We already know about the infamous cigars, though, right? No, maybe. If you don't remember, I'm sorry. But that's infamous, those cigars. And we'll get into it here in a second. So, Bill Clinton should face a probe over GM and JE's ties after private plane flights, says lawyers. So, multiple U.S. barred attorneys told The Sun online that in their view, and of course this is just a few weeks old, this article. In their view, Clinton, along with other high-profile associates of the couple, because I can't use that word, should be investigated by U.S. prosecutors as they hunt for more accomplices of J.E. Like I said, this is Bill Clinton posing all up in the cut with GM on one of his private planes. Now, here's the thing. Now, here, okay, let me just play devil's advocate for a second, okay, as we look at this photo. All right? You never know. They could be doing something. They obviously were doing something very, very unsavory, very, very crazy, very, very illegal. Doesn't automatically mean that President Bill Clinton would know, right? But it's so strange to me that if you knew that you were doing some very bad things, right, and you could possibly get caught for doing said thing, why would you take a photo with the people who are doing bad things? Why would you do it? Unless you think you are untouchable, or it's two completely different sides of the spectrum. Either you know and you are part of the bad thing and you think you untouchable, or you don't know a damn thing and you're just along for the ride and you're just friendly with GM and JE. That's the only thing I can think of, because there's no in between. You can't be like, I know that they do some bad things, but I'll take a photo with them. It's all right. That doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. The math ain't mathing for me. Either you know and you think you untouchable, or you have no clue. And unbeknownst to you, you take a photo. But, remember what I just said a second ago. Everyone has a vice, right? Everyone has a thing that they love to have, right? That they use to relieve tension, right? Some people like to smoke a little bit. Some people like a nice good old, glass of wine or a scotch or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? Before they go to bed, right? Some of us like to work out. We all have a vice. And I think Bill Clinton's main vice, his drug of choice, is women. And JE and GM provided some really good drugs, I guess. Just think about it. Provided what he needed. Private plane that gets him away from the work area, from the White House. Let him get massages by beautiful women. Maybe he knows the ages of these girls. Maybe he doesn't. All he knows that there are beautiful women at this island, on this plane. And you already know he has a history with women. We've been knowing that. Just saying. So, photo, posing with GM outside of JE's own private plane. Let's keep it real. I'm being real, man. I've read Bill Clinton's autobiography years ago. And even in that book, he talks about his love of just women. I literally think that was his drug of choice. That's what I think. How many countless cases were brought up when he was in his second term, when he was running for his second term? The Paula Joneses and the whatnot, the Monica Lewinskys and all that stories, the cigar, the blue dress, the Oval Office, all those things. He has a history. So it would make sense that he's connected to these people. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Black Anonymous, I'm done. So let's move on. Here's another one where he's on the plane smoking a cigar. He is on the plane. He's on the plane chilling, smoking a cigar. Of course, we already seen this part. So, the former president is not accused of any wrongdoing, but he is known to have been a close pal of these people. He flew on his jet, on J.E.'s jet, and upwards of 26 times after he left office. Bruh, even after he left office, he was still all up in that jet, having a grand old time. J.E. visited Clinton, the Clinton White House, like we already know, at least 17 times between 1993 and 1994. Within 2 years, he was in and out of that place 17 times, and sometimes he was in there twice a day. And no, they weren't practicing yoga. He wasn't learning a new language. And most definitely, he wasn't doing his books. Because those other times, he was bringing other women. And they weren't mathing together. No, they weren't. Other things were going on. There's also photos of women massaging, young women massaging Bill Clinton. They're out here. Leaked photos that are out here. Real talk. Photos also surfaced earlier this year of Clinton being given a massage, there it is, by Shantae Davies, who claims she was taken advantage of by J.E. during a trip to Africa in 2002. Like I said, J.E.'s a piece of trash. GM is an absolute, even just terrible, manipulative, horrible, terrible person that was, I'm sure, helping hunt down these girls and bring them in. She was used as bait to lure these women in, to make it seem like, oh, this couple, they're good people. They're good people. No worries, so on and so forth. But look, you see, lo and behold, right here, handshakings, them on a damn him on the damn private plane smoking a cigar. Him on the outside the plane, chilling with GM, all friendly and ish. Clearly up to no good. Clearly. Okay, so I said that part. Bill Clinton. Or sorry, J.E. bringing in 8 women into the White House during the Clinton administration. And there's proof positive, obviously. You're seeing photos, you're seeing stuff. And here's the thing. Obviously, Ghislaine, okay, GM, is out here. She's been found guilty on 5 of the 6 charges, if I remember, if my memory is doing me correctly right now. Found guilty on 5 of the 6 charges that she looked at or that she was facing. Now she's looking at possibility of life behind bars, which most likely will happen. She will see the rest of her natural life behind bars, and I'm with it all day long. But here's the question, though. Is she going to squawk? Is she going to squeal? Is she going to say something? Is she going to name names? And that's the thing that we want to have happen. We want to hear names. Because here's the thing, you know for a fact that she's probably terrified, pacing back and forth, biting her nails, going, what am I going to do? How can I lessen my sentence possibly? They're going to sit there and go, hey, you give us the names. Give us names. Here's a legal pad. Here's a piece. Here's a pencil. We're going to walk out of this room. And when we come back, we expect to see names. Names on this piece of paper. That's what I'm hoping that's going to happen. Or she might not. She might not even squeal. She might not even say a damn thing. She might not. But one of those people, I have a feeling if she does write that list, if she does squeal, if she starts to talk, Bill Clinton will most definitely be on that list. Will it be Trump as well? We do not know. But we already know that they've been chummy. We already know it's PA because PA is already looking at a serious lawsuit. He's been stripped of all of his royal duties and titles. He's been banished. He's been banished by his own mama, his own mother. Okay? He's been banished because clear as day, what he did was illegal and disgusting and wrong. Bill Clinton will it be the same thing for him. We don't know. But what's very interesting as well is that there's rumors circulating right now that Hillary Clinton might be trying to run in 2024. I'm not kidding, y'all. She might try to run in 2024. What does that mean for Bill Clinton and Hillary? Because here's the thing. You're telling me that she didn't know anything too? You're telling me that Hillary didn't know a damn thing? That she's in the dark? Let me say this though. Let me keep it straight funky with y'all. After he got found, after he finally came out and said, I had sexual relations with that woman, right? When he finally said it, yes, I did it, right? It was consensual, it was all blah, 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 blah. You don't think his wife, Hillary Clinton, would stop at nothing to make sure he ain't going to cheat no more? You don't think that she was keeping a close eye on him? I tell you what, if that was my spouse and my spouse was doing some bad, and there's already been a history of said spouse running around doing the dirty with other people, you know for a fact, and I didn't divorce his ass, I'd be watching him like a mug. Just saying. So you don't think that she knew about any of these trips and what he was doing on these trips? You think it was totally innocent? If he was, and here's the other question too. Let me pull this photo back up real quick. Real quick. So you're telling me that, with this photo right here, he was flying solo dolo? Was he flying solo dolo? He was sans Hillary Clinton on this plane? I'm going to tell you this. I think not. Or I'm sorry. I think so. I think he was flying with her. For sure. But this is very revealing. Right now. Clear as day. That he had strong connections with JE and GM. The proof is all there. And I'll repeat this again, which is wild to me, because even after he left office, he flew on that jet up to 26 times, even after the fact. So he really needed to release some stress. Like I said, in my personal opinion, this is his vice. The women. Women are Bill Clinton's vice. He has a long-standing track record proving that. So let's move on, because this is the next part that I found interesting. This is the second part of this title, that they are demanding that the 8 names that are just called John Does, they're just numbers actually, they're demanding that they get those names out. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoa. Before I transition, hold on. Whoa. I got to show this article too, because I thought this was interesting too. And this still revolves around President Bill Clinton. So hold on. Sorry about that, guys. All right. One last thing. Sorry. I'm trying to drive that nail right into that coffin even more. Here it is. So E's accuser, Virginia Giuffre, and this is old. This is old, but this is still prominent that we need to talk about. Claims Bill Clinton stayed on private island with 2 young girls. So this is old, but we got to talk about it. So Bill Clinton traveled with J.E. on his private island and stayed there with 2 young girls from New York, according to a recently unsealed interview with with Virginia Giuffre. And she's obviously one of the biggest, loudest mouthpieces out here, the biggest and loudest people speaking against these people. And I don't blame her, and I'm with her 110%. All right. So she says here, I remember asking Jay, what's Bill Clinton doing here, kind of thing. And he laughed it off and said, well, he owes me a favor. Giuffre told her a lawyer on a cell phone interview. So he never told me what favors they were, Giuffre explained. I never knew. I didn't know if he was serious, if it was just a joke. He told me a long time ago that everyone owes him favors. They're all in each other's pockets. Now, you think about it. You got some people who are out here making friends. They're higher ups. And all your friends are 1%ers. Let's be real. I'm sure there's some things that hey, I need you to do this thing and I need you to do that and blah, blah, blah. And God knows what J.E. did for President Clinton. Maybe he, during the whole scandals that were going on with Bill Clinton, maybe he was asking J.E. to get the private investigators, so on and so forth. That could be it too, right? Or to scare said accusers, right? That could be it too. I don't know. Or, hey, I'm just really stressed out and I just need a really good rub down. Oh, sure, I got you. How much is it? Don't worry about it. I got you, bro. Hey, it's just consider it a friendly, just consider it a favor. I'll just have to call you on it one other time. All right? Okay. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It was very relaxing. So Giuffre then said that, okay, there were group activities. Group activities, I can't use the word, okay? But you know what I mean. It's when a man and a woman, or when people get together and they want to express themselves physically without their clothes on, but then multiply the amount of people by like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. A group activity. We'll just call it yoga. Yoga was a constant thing that took place on the island, but did not say specifically whether Clinton was involved. And I guarantee he was involved. Come on, man. Come on now. A sea of bodies type of thing. You never know. The document was released with others as part of the unsealing in the case against E and his former girlfriend, or against E's former girlfriend and alleged GM, who has obviously been found guilty now, but she was pleading guilty to the charges that she obviously recruited and brought these people in. So obviously he denied this. President Clinton denies ever visiting Epstein's island, Little St. James, and said through a spokesman that he knows nothing about J.E.'s crimes, but he acknowledged flying with Epstein on his private jet on 4 trips. Now, mind you, this is a article that was made 2 years ago, all right, or a year and a half ago, all right? But if you hear this, he is denying all claims in this article. He is saying he only went on this private jet 4 times between 2002 and 2003. That's it. He said 4 trips on that plane. Remember the other article I just read? He was on it 26 times. 26 times? Okay. Which includes stops in connection with the work of the Clinton Foundation. So here is what the article, or what the statement said. President Clinton knows nothing about the terrible crimes J.E. pleaded guilty to in Florida some years ago, or those with which he has been recently charged in New York. In 2002 and 2003, President Clinton took a total of 4 trips on J.E.'s airplane, 1 to Europe, 1 to Asia, and 2 to Africa, which included trips in connection with the work of the Clinton Foundation, staff, supporters of the foundation, and his Secret Service detail travel on every leg of every trip. He had one meeting with J.E. in his Harlem office in 2002, and around the same time made a brief visit to Epstein's New York apartment with a staff member and his security detail. He's not spoken to J.E. in well over a decade and has never been to Little St. James Island, Epstein's ranch in New Mexico, or his residence in Florida. And what's funny is that you say all of this, right? They deny all of this. And just a second ago, I read y'all an article which was only 2 weeks ago, showing that he had been on that plane in upwards of 26 times. And you have eyewitness accounts from one of the biggest whistleblowers right now for this trial, Virginia Giuffre, saying, no, I saw his ass there. He was there, baby. He capping like a mug. And yet Clinton's sitting here going, no, I've only used it 4 times in 1 year for the Clinton Foundation. Why would you use that? Why wouldn't you just go and get your own plane? Why would you use a now accused son of a gun, because I can't use the word, like J.E.? Like I said, it just makes no sense to me. Unless he knew about his wrongdoings, about J.E. and GM's wrongdoings, and just didn't give a damn because he thought he was untouchable, because he was like, I'm the president. I'm the former president of these United States. I'm untouchable. And maybe he thought that. Or he had no earthly clue. But that makes no sense, because I feel like people talk. People talk, baby. And if you're up to doing some bad things, you don't think somebody's going to talk about you doing said bad things? Not once you didn't see those girls and go, hey, wait a second. How old are these girls? She looks hella young. She looks younger than Chelsea. She looks younger than my own daughter. You don't have that moment in your mind? Ever? I feel like once you hit past 30, even the people that are 21 look like they're 15 years old. I feel like that's what it is in my mind. Instantly, when I see somebody who is, if they walk into a bar, right, and you see them, and you're like, man, that person got a fake ID. There's no way that person's 21, right? But only to find out they're actually 21, and you're like, oh, damn. My bad. You just look young to me. Everyone at 21 looks like, I guess, to me, they all look like they're 12. You see what I'm saying? At some point, you go, at some point, they all look young to you. You know what I'm saying? Period. You're going, you really 21? Like, it looks like you just went through puberty, bruh. Quit capping. But anyway, just a little side note. Wait. Let me see. I see that MJ. Hold on. Let me see what you got here. MJ 19741. 19741. Thank you so much for the comment. Don't forget, the Clintons bought a $28 million estate in the Hamptons, but they accused the Bushes of buying a $100,000 house with taxpayer money. Yeah, I mean, I remember that stuff too, and that's wild stuff as well. But anyway, But it's a little off topic. We're just going to get back on the topic, but I appreciate the comment. Okay. But you see what I'm saying? It's just all of this doesn't work for me. I'm still trying to work it out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also trying to play both sides of the fence, because you can't automatically go, oh, it's him and he did it and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, you're kind of going, wait a second. He's denying that he was ever on this plane, or that he's only been on this plane 4 times when there's been multiple trips on that plane. He's saying he's never been on this island, and yet he's been on the island. Because I believe Virginia Giuffre. I believe what she's saying. I believe that part. You're having firsthand eyewitness accounts of being on that island and saying, okay, I saw him and her and her and him and him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to believe it. Especially when you have somebody like J.E. that pleaded guilty. He didn't say not guilty. Says it right here. He pleaded guilty. And we already know that. So that's very interesting, right? Just saying. Bill Clinton got some splaining to do. Lucy. You have some splaining to do. He got some splaining to do. Bruh. All right, guys. So that's that part. And I wanted you guys to see that. So please keep hitting that like button. Send those likes all the way up. I see a slew of y'all in here, and that's amazing. I got to get into this next part, because this next part is very important too. And we might have some bombshells come out here very, very soon. Very, very soon. All right. Let me just get this article ready to go. Where the heck is it? One second, guys. Oh, there we go. Woo. All right. This part. Second part of the title right here, guys. We got to break it. We got to get into it, okay? But here it is. There are 8 John Does that might be revealed, might be ID'd. Their names might be coming out here, y'all. Like very, very soon. Like hella soon, y'all. That is it. Oh man, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off when this does happen. If it does happen. But 8 very anxious men. Obviously, they should be very anxious, because they might be getting outed here very soon. So GM gives up battle to keep identities of high-profile John Doe's names in this civil lawsuit sealed after PA's accuser, Virginia Giuffre, demands they be made public. Bruh, if these names come out, like I said, they're only identified as non-parties: 17, 53, 54, 55, 56, 73, 93, and 151. Those are their names right now. They're just called non-parties and numbers. The John Does right now. The John Does right now. But Virginia Giuffre is sitting here going, no, y'all, speak on it. Tell us, put their names out here. Put them out here. Get the truth out here. Bruh, this is insane. So GM has given up her battle, and this is big. The fact that she has given up her battle to keep vast swaths of information. I said swaths like that. Yes, swaths of information about her operation with J.E. sealed after alleged victim Giuffre requested they be made public. So she's sitting there now going, I'm done. You know what? Ruppel, hold up. Before I continue on with this, before I continue on with this article, here it is. Where is it? Where did you say? Okay. Ruppel Thaker. Okay. Thank you so much for the comment. Hi, Pascal. All. If Virginia knows the names, why won't she say? Is it because of a law thing? Now, here's the thing. It could very well be a law thing. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, but I will say this. It probably is partially a law thing, because here's the thing. If those are released, so she won't be getting slapped with defamation lawsuits, so on and so forth. I mean, she could be slapped with so many different things by putting out information that's not true. I'm just saying that really quick. She could very well put out stuff, and they would sit there and go, no, that's a lie. And she could get slapped with a crazy amount of lawsuits from all of those 8 names of those John Does, right? So she has to play it very, very close to the chest. She has to play it smart. She could easily just put it out there, sure. But bruh, she would get destroyed just from lawsuits, financially having to fight every single last lawsuit from those very, very most likely rich and powerful men, and possibly women too, that are John Does right now. So if they were to put it out, if a judge was to say, yes, release the names, it's hey, I got no blood on my hands. I wash my hands clean. Thank you, judge, and thank you to the American justice system for putting out this information. So if they were to put that information out here, then she doesn't face any lawsuits or any charges on her end. Just saying. Okay? So thank you so much for the question. And that's my assumption. Like I said, I am not a lawyer. I'm not a consigliere or anything like that. I am just a guy who speculates and likes to talk about these crazy ass things like this. So let's continue. So that's why we hope, because she could literally come out. She has already said other names. She just talked about Bill Clinton, like that article that I just read that was 2 years old. And people are still going, well, he may not be really, he may not have been there. She's just lying and all that stuff. But if the court comes out with this information, it solidifies those names even more. You see what I'm saying? It puts more clout on those accusations, on those said people. So let's hope that they put these names out here. Come on, let's get these names. I want to hear these names. Okay? So let's continue on here. Attorneys for Giuffre, who has accused PA of abuse, asked Judge Loretta Preska Wednesday to unseal material from her 2015 civil lawsuit against GM that includes references to 8 anonymous John Does. The individuals are identified in court documents only as non-parties 17, 53, 54, 55, 56, 73, 94, or 93, and 151. Like I said, 8 people, 8 names. And it all goes down to if Judge Preska gives it the thumbs up. If she goes, yeah, release the names. If she does that, woo, that's going to be a bombshell. And I cannot wait. I hope, because right now, the judge has been denying things from PA, just saying, hey, no, you got to come in. You need to drag your non-royal ass across the pond and appear in court to defend yourself for crimes that you committed. So I have a feeling this judge is going to sit here and go, nah, release the names. Release them. It's not clear if one of them is the Duke of York. 6 have objected to the unsealing. Interesting. See, like I said, who are those 6? And why would those 6 go, no, no, don't put it out. No, just saying, who would do that? Maxwell, which she was obviously found guilty for doing some very, very bad things, because I can't say all this stuff. All right. Also previously opposed making the documents public, but now appears to have had a change of heart. So she might talk, because she's inside the prison. She's behind bars. She can't do nothing. She gonna be in there for the rest of her natural life. She ain't gonna walk free unless she gets some kind of plea deal to reduce her sentence. Hey, let me write these names down. And I just happen to throw it on the floor, crumpled up in a ball on the floor, and it's trash. But if you pick it up and you see the names and they get out there, then I can always sit there and say, I threw it away. I threw it in the trash. I don't know how it got in that person's hands. But now she don't give two damns anymore. Now she's going, hey, if I'm going down, y'all are going down with me. That's exactly what's going on right now. That's what I think. So in a letter to Judge Preska Wednesday, GM's attorney said her client will leave it to the court to determine whether the name should be unsealed. See, this is the thing. She don't give two damns anymore. She don't give no dams, period. She lost. It's over for her. What does she have to hide? What does she have to protect? Her life is over. When they do her sentencing, if the verdict still sticks, because it's still a little wobbly, we don't know what's going to happen here, but if it still sticks, what does she have to do? Why does she have to protect these people? They all did bad things with her. And the right thing to do is to release those names. Real talk. After careful review of the detailed objections submitted by the 8 non-party does, counsel for GM writes to inform the court that she does not wish to further address those objections. The letter states, each of the listed does has counsel who have ably asserted their own respective privacy rights. Ms. GM, therefore, leaves it to the court to conduct the appropriate review consistent with the order and protocol of unsealing decided motions. Now, of course, this is Virginia Giuffre with her lawyer. And this is the infamous photo with PA and Virginia Giuffre and GM. And what I find, and I've said it a million times, but he says, well, I never met her. Who's Virginia Giuffre? No, never met her. And then there's photos of him chilling in the cut in the photo. But I'm sure he's singing that Carl Thomas song going, I wish I never met her, because he did meet her. Holding her hip and everything. You tell me that's fake? Oh, and he does, and at that time he didn't sweat. I just want to throw that out. Yeah, no sweat. Yeah, Debbie. No sweat, PA. No sweat, man. Anyway, according to the filings, John Doe 17 is among those wishing to keep their identity under wraps, arguing that being named in the case would cause him annoyance and embarrassment. Not, oh my God, I could lose my life. And this is a disgrace. He says annoyance and embarrassment. This John Doe son of a gun. Can you believe that ish, y'all? Can you believe that ish? He says, instead of it being like, this would be devastating. This is what sounds like a man who really, truly, or a person that really, truly believes that they are innocent without a shadow of a doubt, because they say this would cause him annoyance and embarrassment. Okay, another John Doe, number 151. Feel like it should be like John Doe 151. Should be an alcohol. Anyway, should be like a liquor. You know what I mean? Claimed that he was trying to live a private life and that disclosure meant they would be hounded by the media. Like, all of them are saying some really selfish ass-ish. Let's keep it real. Oh, it would be an annoyance and embarrassment. And another one's like, I would be hounded by the media, and I just want to live a private life. I'm just trying to live my private life. This is not working for me. The request, I'm sorry, it's just not working for me. If you're accused of doing something unthinkable, you should be ready to face the music, period. But the way that they're saying why they don't want their names out here is because they really truly think that they haven't broken any laws, that they've done no wrong. This would just be an annoyance and an embarrassment, and they would just get hounded by the media. It would just be a nuisance. Interesting. So continuing, the request to make the documents public came on the day that Judge Kaplan ruled that Giuffre's lawsuit against PA, a separate case also filed at the federal court in New York, can move forward, which is obviously what we talked about yesterday. Big, huge news. So he has to come in and defend himself. All right. If Judge Preska decides to unseal the documents in Giuffre's case, they could shed a new light on the Duke's dealings with GM and JE. Preska is the judge who presided over the defamation lawsuit that Giuffre filed against GM in 2015, calling her a liar. The case was settled with confidential terms, but the judge has slowly been approving the release of hundreds of documents in the case after applications from media organizations. So keep putting out those applications, y'all. Let's be real. Let's get these names out here. Let's get the truth out here. Real bloody talk. In her letter to the judge, Giuffre's lawyer said that they were following the court's instructions to streamline the process of making the documents public. The numerous parties mentioned in the documents met in October and agreed to split the objecting non-parties into groups and address the objections of the John Does first. But upon review, her lawyer, Macaulay, said it was apparent that their objections essentially mirror objections to unsealing that this court has already rejected. That unsealing certain documents may be embarrassing, would expose non-parties to media attention, and could result in some unfortunate association between non-parties and JE and GM. And of course, this is right here. And this is from GM's lawyer, Menninger. Okay, Menninger. Yeah, basically saying, hey, each of the listed does has counsel who are ably asserted with their own respective private rights, and I get it. They have their own private rights for sure. But when you do a heinous crime and there are other women that are saying that you did these heinous crimes, all 8 of you should be exposed, period. And the fact that you're sitting here going, wait, you can't, so we can't talk, we can't find out who these people are. What else do they know? What connections do they know, right? If you're able to put a little pressure on all of those 8, they might be able to expose a huge ring. They might be able to expose the truth on things that we don't know anything about right now. Why are these guys, these people, these John Does so easily protected? Why are they protected? And like I said, in what we said earlier, there's a lot of names that have been mentioned. Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker. I've even heard Jay-Z. I've even heard Beyonce. I don't know. He's not sitting here saying that they are the 8 names, but I'm assuming some of them would be in that list of John Does that are being accused of being in these rooms, doing these group activities, if you know what I'm saying, these group activities and whatnot. So Macaulay also added that the generalized aversion to embarrassment and negativity from being associated with the case was not enough to keep the documents private. And I absolutely agree. That was especially true given the great public interest and the fact that Maxwell's trial for recruiting and trafficking these girls is now finished. She was found guilty and now faces 65 years in jail, basically life in prison. Her natural life is over. She will never see the outside of a prison cell from this point on. Period. So Macaulay says now that the Maxwell's criminal trial has come and gone, there's little reason to retain protection over the vast swaths of information about E and M doing this operation that were originally filed under seal in this case. The letter stated that people testified in court about matters which are under seal in the case at issue, the defamation matter. So he wrote that the abundance of public information now widely available about E and M's scheme through the thousands of pages of publicly available trial transcripts cuts against any continued sealing in this case. Turning to each of the John Does, the letter states that John Doe 17 is mentioned in 4 documents and objects to have his name be made public. Of course he does. Does 53 and 54 do not oppose unsealing, so the documents relating to them should be released. The letter stated. Does 55 and 56 object to their names being made public because they claim a deposition in which they are mentioned in is unreliable. The letter states. Macaulay argued this was not grounds to keep the material private. John Doe 73 argues against unsealing because of general aversion to being associated with GM and JE, and disclose could cause substantial embarrassment. You know, it's I keep going back to this. It's embarrassing, sure. But what you did, if you are a part of those things, if you did these heinous things, then what you did is unspeakable. So what you are worried about is more than just embarrassment. You got public ridicule. You got people who are going to sit there and speak about you in negative ways. And I guarantee you, if it's sitting there going like, oh, it's Bob Ross or something like that. I mean, God forbid, but say something as crazy, right? Somebody who is revered, highly revered, is like, you know, the nicest guy in the world, right? And he's out here doing these heinous things. I mean, we should get these truths out here. We should hear these truths. Not, oh, you know, these guys keep them safe. No, they're a part of this thing. They could have more information that could expose a much bigger ring, a much bigger group of people. Because I know, you know, for a fact, JE and GM were not the only ones that ran that thing. They had, I'm sure, other people that they were working either underneath or along with. They're not alone. They're not the only people. So this could expose so much more. Seriously, this could expose so much more. Doe 93 claims the documents would mention that mentioned them have no relevance to the matters at hand and could be seen as salacious. And Doe 141 mentioned most of it. All appears is mentioned the most of all and appears in 47 documents. So Doe 141 is out here in these streets, or I think it's 151. I think that's a typo. But you got Doe 151 out here in these streets. He out here, or they are out here. 47. Count them, 47 documents. All because of these two. Starting to go, hey, let's, I got a little thing going on. We can fly you out, or, you just come out to us and nah. We could talk some business. We could do this, that, and the third. And now all these 8 are sitting here, as it says at the top of this article, just shaking in their boots. 8 very anxious men, possibly men. Let's keep it real. It may be more, or it may be women and men. We don't know. But like I said, boom. There's a lot of truths that are starting to come out. There's a lot of truths that are starting to come out that I'm sure a lot of people, or at least those 8 John Does. We also got Bill Clinton. I don't know if Bill Clinton is part of those 8, if he's included in those 8. We don't know if PA is included in those 8. All we know is that there are 8 other names that are numbers right now, that are sitting here going, oh, it'd be a nuisance and an embarrassment. Well, how about you put your names out there? Because eventually they will be leaked. Eventually those names will be leaked. Just saying. Or Virginia Giuffre might sit there and go, F it, I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to get on Oprah. I'm going to do another interview, and I'm going to say all the names. But here's the thing. Here's the other reason why I think that she hasn't said anything either out here too, because she's probably scared for her life too. These are probably very, very powerful individuals that have threatened her life, that have said, you say anything, I will take your life. I will make sure you are erased from this planet. So she has a lot to gamble. She has a lot on her plate. So I don't blame her for not sitting here saying anything. But I do wish that the truth does come out here very, very soon. I hope that this judge comes out and says what she needs to say and says, release the dragons. You know what I'm saying? Just get the truth out here. Let's get it out, man. You know what I'm saying? If we need to expose the dark underbelly of our society, of the 1%ers, if that's what we need to do so that we get some truth and we can put some bad people away so that more and more children aren't taken advantage of like this, I'm with it. Expose them. Put the names out. Let's get the truth out here. Real talk. That's how it should be, in my personal opinion. Why hold back? Let's be real. But anyway, guys, that is the show today. I want to say a big thank you to all y'all for being on. I know I started late today, but here's the thing. I overslept. Real talk. I've been working like a dog. All right. So anyway, I don't know how a dog works hard, but anyway, that phrase doesn't make sense to me, but I just said it. So it works for me right now. Anyway, do me a favor before you get out of here, before you head out, do me that solid. Hit that subscribe button. Go and subscribe. Crush that subscribe button. Please also go and hit that like button down below. All right. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes past 600 likes before you go. That would mean a lot. Again, subscribe. All right. Appreciate all y'all for being a part of the Pascal Show family and checking out this stream. That means a lot. Please share this feed if you get some time. And I'll be talking to you guys very, 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 very soon, y'all. Okay? So, be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very soon. Have a great weekend, y'all. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
You're going to perform tonight. I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. For more information, call us now.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.